Welcome to Splashtop Demo Day, and thank you so much for joining us today for our presentation. So in the next 45 minutes, we'll focus on Splashtop Secure Workspace, and we will discuss the problems and challenges the solution aims to address, and how it can significantly streamline the day-to-day workflow for faculty, staff, students in a remote work and learning environment, as well as to help the organization to improve security posture and compliance. So my name is Susan Lee. I'm the VP of Product Management. I'm joined by Alex Al, the Product Manager for Secure Workspace. So before we delve into the product, I'd like to take a moment to introduce Splashtop. Founded in 2006, Splashtop has established itself as the leader in secure remote access and remote support. There are more than 30 million users, and more than 85% of Fortune 500 companies use Splashtop products. In the education space, we are trusted by thousands of schools, colleges, and universities and training institutions. And we're very honored to be the trusted partner for our education organizations and customers. And today, the focus is cybersecurity tools. There had been a significant increase in surge in cyber attacks targeting the education space. And if we look at the most recent Verizon data breach investigation report, more than 74% of breaches include human element. And a lot of them involved misuse from privileged accounts and access. So, and the credential theft is a significant problem for across the board, especially for education institutions. With remote work, distance learning, the attack surface has significantly expanded. So how do we address these challenges with the latest and greatest technologies? So at Splashtop, we provide a suite of security products and solutions that really help educational institutions to enable staff and students to work remotely. So Splashtop Enterprise helps provides a high-performance secure access for anybody to access your personal computer or labs in a secure and high-performance fashion. And FoxPass is a security solution for Wi-Fi, to secure Wi-Fi when the students and faculty and on campus. This solution really helps you to remove the reliance on password credential authentication and leveraging security certificate-based authentication. So today we're going to focus on secure workspace. It is built upon zero trust principles, and we'll demonstrate how the solution simplifies your zero trust journey, and without the burden for the IT and security team to manage and to provide the policy, and without the significant investment from the organization for the business. So we talk about zero trust. Zero trust basically built upon the foundational principle, never trust, always verify. Essentially, what it means is that to really protect the students, staff, and the university, the system, network, and data from all the attacks and the attack vectors, we really need to verify the user credential, device, and a network, a system, application access permissions, and to provide a full visibility and control. So the traditional security solutions are disparate in a way that it requires complicated setup, requires integration among systems. So what we, at Splashtop, we invest this into the cutting edge technology. We bring the credential management, zero trust network access, and privilege management, access management into one single platform to give the organization a single pane of glass where you can put granular policy control for everybody that works remotely, not only the staff, the privileged users, but also third-party users, people that outside the organization, for example, vendors, contractors, auditors who need to have access to internal system resources for certain projects. So in today's demo, we'll go into the detail, see how the tool really simplifies the workflow for the end user, and at the same time provides the comprehensive visibility to the organization. So with that, I will turn that into Alex. Alex is gonna show us the 3 scenarios where we're gonna demonstrate how easy and simple for end user, the user experience. While all the time, the security policy already in place, and to ensure all the access is secure. Alex, over to you.
Yep, thanks, Susan. So yeah, so I'm going to show everyone what it looks like in your day-to-day if you were to use this product. So over here, you can see right now, there's a client. This is a desktop client of our application, and it's open here. So we have 3 ways of using our product. Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. How's this? Is the sound good for everyone? My kid. Well, I assume that means volume. So hopefully I'm close. So, oh, can nobody hear me?
We can hear you, Alex. I think so. For folks that are watching, they're sharing a microphone, so you can try adjusting your settings slightly. Alex, if you can potentially turn up your microphone setting inside of the Zoom window, but it's I think we can still hear you. It's just a little low.
Okay. Yeah, we have a special setup here where we're sharing mics, but cool. Okay, I'll just try to lean in more. So yeah, back to the demo. So over here, I have, again, the desktop client. And so there, I was saying there were 3 ways to see our product. One is in a desktop client, which you would install on your computer. And we also have in the web, basically in the browser, we have a web portal where you can see approximately the same thing, but there are a lot more admin controls in the web portal. And then we also have a mobile app where you can access all these applications in a mobile app as well. So, but to cover the first scenario, which is ZTNA, Zero Trust Network Access, we are basically trying to access applications through the network. So over here, you can see we have 2 different kinds of applications that I'm sure will probably look familiar to you. One is SaaS, which is like Salesforce in this case, or the AWS console. And then we have a bunch of private applications such as RDP, VNC, SSH, and we basically support anything that's a TCP/IP-based protocol. So using these apps is basically like this, right? We click the app. What it does right now is it's spinning up a granular network tunnel directly to the application. And then it's going to launch the application for me, in this case, VNC. And so I need to fill my credentials to log in, right? But because we have an integrated password manager along with this product, basically behind the scenes, we're able to pull the password. So I can use a shortcut. And you can see over here, it says copy password. And so now I just paste it in. I don't have to remember it, right? And I can still access it very easily. So I sign in. And so now you can see I have VNC open and I'm logged in. And in this case, I can be anywhere, right? With my laptop. I don't need a VPN. I don't need to activate a VPN, right? To use this network access. So in a similar vein, I'll show you this RDP. So when I click it, again, it spins up a granular network tunnel directly to the application. Don't need a VPN. And over here in this example, we have multiple accounts, and this is how we would use them. So Over here, it shows me all the accounts. Again, this is the integrated secrets, the integrated password manager. And so I click copy password and I can paste it in, and then I can do this for the password as well. And you can see that I'm in. So super convenient, don't even remember any of the accounts. And yet this is still all secure inside Secure Workspace. So I can demonstrate SSH as well. I click it. Again, I'm starting to get repetitive, but it is doing basically similar things, spinning up a granular network tunnel. And then I can copy the password again. So each time this is copying a different password, right? It's copying the credentials that are assigned to this application. So I paste it in. Oops. Right, and then and then you can see I can use commands and such, right? Just like, I mean, it is SSH, right? So yes, this is eTNA. So to add on one more thing, which is that, so I'm getting into this client, I'm accessing these applications, but really before that, which I didn't show because yeah, that might waste too much time. But basically, when I log in, I'm already getting my device posture checked. I'm already getting certain conditions checked, and those can all be set by the admin in this case. Yeah, let's say this would be Susan. So she would be the security team, the CISO, that defines the policies and presets those in the web portal. And then this is showing how the user would access all of these applications in a network session. So yeah, I think, did I miss anything, Susan?
No, that's perfect. Thank you, Alex. So just to recap, the scenario we just talked about is that in a remote work and learning environment where the IT admin, security team, staff and faculty, it will work remotely, either at home or in a coffee shop or a travel airport. How do I make sure that your credentials are safe? So one way, as Alex demonstrated, that because we have the secret manager or credential manager, the vault built into the platform, it holds all your credentials securely in a vault that only you have access to. So it's zero knowledge. However, the tool can automate the filling the credential into the specific application you need access to, so that it significantly reduce the risk associated with credential theft. And the other thing that Alex demonstrated is zero trust network access. Essentially, this is a modern technology that can replace traditional VPN, because traditional VPN network provides user access to the network. So it's a network-based security solution. So once someone in the network, the person can lateral move. So that creates a lot of risk for internal network system security. ZTNA provides access specific to application that any given user is entitled to. So what Alex sees show is a portal that any given user will have access to. And the list of application may be different for the CISO versus for the IT admin versus professor or students. So each one will have your unique view of the workspace and the application that you're entitled to. And by integrating the secret manager and vault technology into a platform, you don't have to remember the password because as we remember the Verizon breach report, that human element is the key factor for cyber attacks. If we remove that element from the remote access, remote learning, remote work, then we already significantly reduce the attack surface. So that is a key use case to really secure remote work and remote learning for regular users. In the next demo, we're going to show the privilege access management. Again, the Verizon data breach investigation report shown us that the privilege account misuse is a critical problem. So how do we secure the privilege access of privilege accounts, especially the access and the use of a privilege accounts? Well, based on our collaboration with customers, there is a friction between convenience and security. When it's complicated, people tend to go around the control. So what we really need is a tool that's so simple to use, then it can effectively secure everything without a burden on the user. So what we're going to demonstrate in the next scenario is how easy it is to grant privilege access to users. Part of it, the demo, you will see a privilege elevation use case in a way that the tool you can use for that. And again, how streamlined it is for the end user, and all the session monitoring control recording that's required for security and compliance purposes for privilege access management. So with that, I will turn to Alex. So in this scenario, Alex is a team, a lead researcher. He really needs he works on a research project that's high value intellectual property. So the data is sensitive, highly protected, but he does need to involve more members into the research project. So with the traditional tools, it takes probably days to provision all the access, to create accounts for additional users, and there may not be an efficient way to monitor who is accessing what. So what Ali is going to demonstrate is we bring all of that capability into a single platform where it's easy and simple to grant privilege access, and with all the controls and monitoring in place.
Yep, cool, thanks, Susan. So over here, I'm now in the browser, and so this is actually Arc browser, but so it may look a little different, but really you can imagine it's just like Chrome. So I'm in the browser now, and I've logged into the portal. And so a quick thing about the navigation on the left-hand side. So we do have different roles for this product. So when I'm an admin, I see a lot more controls, but when I'm a user, I will only see, for example, just my applications. And so let's say right now, right, to follow Susan's story, that I'm a lead researcher. I want to give access to one of these applications, but I want it to be a bit more secure. I want to like use certain tools to help me to share that access. It maybe hide the credentials or get more visibility or get more control, right? So how would I do that in this product? So over here, so again, also it's the same applications, right? We have a combination of SaaS as well as private applications, but I'll show you that access in the web portal using this VNC. So when I click this, now when I click it inside the web portal, it opens a new browser page, a browser tab. And so what I get is I get our privileged access, right? So over here, what our product is doing is we're giving the accounts, we're giving the access to this VNC, except we're hiding the credentials. And the reason why we can do this is because we have an integrated password manager, right? So when I click this, right, I'm going to be able to use the access that is given to me when I have the credentials, but then I don't actually see the credentials. So as a user, I will never be able to expose them, right? And I will never type them wrong. And so this is kind of perfect as the admin. I know I can give access without giving the credentials. So when I click this, right, basically I'm logged in. This is okay. I don't know why that happened. That's strange. So when I click this, I log in, and then I'm now access to the exact same application, right? You can see that before when I showed ZTNA access, that was a network session. Now this is a privileged access session through the browser. Right. So this would work on any device with a browser. So I could be using this on my phone, I could be using this on my tablet, right? And then there's some more interesting controls that I can do for this, which if I go back to the web portal now, and I go to, so these are my admin controls now. Let's say like, so that user is using the session and I want to know what's happening, right? So in our product, we have full logs of all activity in Secure Workspace, so in your account when you make it. And then we also have a list of all the live sessions that are happening at any time, right? So right now you can see I have these 2 sessions running here. And if I want to view live what the person is doing at any time, almost like looking over their shoulder, I can click this button. And what it will do is it will open a video of that session. So I can put these 2 side by side. And then you can see here, when I move my mouse, right? And I move this window, let's say, it's a live view, right? So complete visibility over what anybody is doing at any time. I don't worry about what they're doing because I can check it at any time. So this was privileged access for, let's say, a long-term user that we've given them access in the portal. Now we also have access by request. And so we have Teams apps as well as a Slack app. So what that does is really, I can quickly show, let's say you use Teams for your organization and you don't want to give someone permanent access, let's say a researcher, right? Then if you use Teams, then you can just activate the app. And then what it does is anytime someone wants to use an app, they can click this and it will give them a list of a bunch of different apps. I can click it too. And then basically they can pick and choose what has been assigned to them by the admin, right? Normally they don't have this access. And so when they click this, right, it will basically grant that access. It will basically request that access to the admin. Like in this case, I would be chatting with the admin, right? So once I submit this, I can say something like, please grant me access. And then the admin can click grant and then assign some controls. So over here, I can actually do it and I click grant. And so I can basically go through and sign it. I won't waste your time by signing in, but it only takes a few seconds, but I can do that in a second. So basically when you grant access, you can assign a few controls and then, yeah, it will send another card directly in Teams. And then I can basically launch the app directly from Teams as the user, right? So that is both long-term access in the web portal, as well as requesting access through Teams or Slack. Did I miss anything, Susan?
No, thank you, Alex. So this is a great feature. We use this research as and lead research and in the collaboration environment as an example, but this feature is actually can be used very useful for even like IT team or security team when you're working together to either troubleshoot or collaborate on a joint project. And if the team is using Slack or Teams as a collaboration tool, so this is tightly integrated. So what it does, you're already in the trusted circle in a way, while in the Slack and Teams. And then but you can request on-demand access. So that reduces the amount of overhead required to provision accounts with the traditional tools. And instantly you will get access. And what Alex is going to demo in the next demo scenario is that you can actually put a policy around the shared access. So what it means is that when you're if you are the admin and you're sharing any of your either privileged access to your system, to the network, and to, like say routers and switches, you need someone to help you troubleshoot or collaborate on project. You can put a granular policy. We'll demonstrate that in the next scenario. And so this is not just useful for internal team collaboration. What we've been hearing from our customers is that external third-party access becoming more and more important because the digital economy and the hybrid workforce. So a lot of times you need someone to support you, to collaborate with you remotely. When someone is outside your organization, it's becoming even more important to verify who they are, their credential, their device posture, and to give them access to only the application that they need to have access to for that project for a period of time. And we will see that we can put much granular control even for location. In the case that someone is, you can put a location checking if the third party is based in, let's say, the US. But what Alex is going to demo is a scenario where you need urgent help, but someone, let's say, is traveling outside of the country. And we all know that also the risk is significantly increased because the geopolitical conflicts, everything, a lot of things that are happening outside in different regions of the globe. So how do you protect and protect the access and make sure that the access to your, especially the critical data and privileged accounts is secure? So we'll turn that into Alex and demonstrate the next use case.
Perfect. Thanks, Susan. So yeah, so I am going to demonstrate this with SaaS this time, since we've been showing private applications in the past too. But really this will work for private applications as well. So anyway, okay. So over here we have, I've set up a Salesforce app. And so what's special about this is it's going to do the same things, but for this SaaS, right? So I'm going to now, let's say I have the SaaS. In the same scenario, I want to share with my traveling researcher, right? But I want to,
or a consultant outside of your organization, right? So let's say you're working on there's a deadline coming up. If you're a Salesforce, you're working in Salesforce, you need someone to help you troubleshoot.
a
Third party contractor will help you to create a report. You really need a third party, a contractor or consultant's help. Let's say the consultant is traveling, and you really need help. So we're going to demonstrate just in time and what it means, how you provision the just in time access, and all the recording and real time control is available to you. So you can be assured, you can ensure that everything is secure and you have the full control. If you see anything is suspicious going on, you can terminate the session right there.
Yep. Yeah, I might have misspoke. Okay, so third party, here's how we do it, right? So for this one, I just click the share button. And so now I can set certain controls on this share, which is going to be a link. And so over here, I can set, let's say I want this link to only be loaded once. But I want, let's say twice, just for example's sake. And then over here, I can set when this link will expire. So once it expires, basically, if you revisit this link again, it will just hit a non-exist page, right? And then over here, as Susan mentioned, we can set certain policies on this to control when this link is active. So if I select this one as an example, this would be that it works in the US and it would only work in Chrome. So if they try to use Safari and they're not in the US, then they would get blocked. And then in the same vein as the privileged access, again, we can provide the credentials to them without them seeing the actual credentials themselves. And then I can set a passphrase on this link, which just means that if you share this link with someone and it happens to get lost somewhere, well, if someone just has the link, they don't have access. They would also need this passphrase. And so again, yes, we do have session recording as well as live session monitoring for these kind of this kind of access. And so over here, we have two ways of accessing it, but I'm going to use this share link one as the example. And so when I open this in a new tab, all right, so we set a passphrase again. So if anyone gets this link, they still need the passphrase to get in. And so once I click this, what it's going to do is, in this case, is because it's a SaaS and we've set it to spin up a remote browser session, it will basically do a session of a browser inside a browser. So I can't copy paste through this. And yes, it's basically a sandboxed Salesforce. And so over here, you'll notice this looks familiar from before. I can give the access without giving the credentials. So if I was the third-party contractor, right, I have no idea of the passwords, and yet I can still get my temporary access, right? And then once this loads up, you can see that, yes, I'm now in Salesforce, right? So one cool thing about this is that if I go and put this side by side with my web portal, so over here, we're back to, hopefully this is clear, but basically on the right-hand side, I have, let's say, my third-party contractor accessing it. And then on the left-hand side is the web portal. Right. So there is live monitoring. If I click this, I will be able to see this live session at any time as the admin. But the other cool thing is that, let's say for whatever reason, I don't want them to access it anymore, and I want to stop it right away. Right. What I can do over here is I can, let me quickly refresh this. Yeah, so over here, this is the session that I'm currently on. You can see it's anonymous because it's a shared link, right? Anybody could have accessed this shared link as long as they had the passphrase. So we want more controls on that. And so the way I can, let's say, end the session right away is I can first click this. And you can see it will live terminate the session. I know for sure nobody's on this session anymore. It's live cut, right? And then also, since we also shared the share link, anybody who has this link could potentially still get it if they have the passphrase, right? So we want to close this off too. And in this case, we could set the access to 0, but we could also just delete it. And so the link will now also be dead, right? So no access through the share link, as well as no live sessions currently operating. So we have complete control as well as visibility over these type of sessions. And again, yes, you saw I could assign a policy, so I could limit the conditions at which this could be accessed in a number of ways. Right. So, yep, I think that's about it. Susan,
Thank you, Alex. So what Alex has highlighted are two things, two takeaways. One is that not the existing solutions don't have the ability to provide this level of control for a SaaS-based application. So that's one unique capability the Splashtop Secure Workspace provides. The other one is when Alex demonstrated the third-party access through a browser, he mentioned the browser in the browser is actually leveraging remote browser isolation technology. So what it means that it really creates a kind of a sandbox. So when this person, the contractor that is outside of the country, that's working, helping you, so he doesn't have the ability to copy and paste or to interact with the data of the application. So that creates another level of security and control for that kind of a scenario. So what I will what we're gonna do is we'll see. I see Jason put up a session poll to get folks some insight from the audience, see if this is very relative and to your use cases. And we also can dive into the admin portion, how you actually set up policies to make this easy. So everything looks easy and simple and streamlined. There are actually a lot of technology built behind inside the platform. However, the user experience is our top design goal, and you will see that is how simple it is to kind of manage the granular access control and so that there's minimum burden really on the IT team to set up the system and the tool. So let me share a couple more slides to really highlight what we have talked today, and then open up for Q&A. So what we talk about again are the three scenarios. Hopefully, we have shared. You've got some resources that you find helpful to really help your day-to-day remote work, remote learning needs, and especially for the IT and security team, give you the peace of mind that the tool helps you put a security policy control in place across the organization. So no matter where the user is, what kind of device they use, and you rest assured their access is always secure. So again, the user experience, not only for the end user, but for the ITM and security team to set it up is a top design goal for us. So we have built into the platform automation in a way that it automates the installation, provisioning for a user. And we run a secure service edge network globally. So any connection from the end device to your internal resources, whether on-prem in the cloud, only takes 2 or 3 hop. So that significantly reduces the delay and jitter in a way that just provide high performance for your access needs. So with that, we will open to open the Q&A session. I would love to hear from you, any question you have. And I think we haven't really gone through the details about what the admin portal will look like in all the capabilities. I will bring the admin portal. We can quickly go over that. Hopefully that will answer some of the questions you have in mind. So let me stop sharing and I'll bring the admin portal one more time. So yeah, so let me see if I share my desktop. And I will bring in the admin portal so everyone sees.
Yep.
Awesome, perfect. So what you see here is as a IT or security team, right? This is, you have an overall view of your organization security posture. And what Alex have shown is that on the admin side, you basically, this is a portal. You can define all the groups and user, their entitlement and policy. For just give an example, this is US work office policy, right? So you put a policy, this is not just a location. You can say for this application, we only allow the access from Monday to Friday from certain hours. And so you can see that there's granular control for an application access, right? So you create policy associated with a specific application you want to protect. Talking about enrolled device, here is the device posture check. And you can see that you have the ability to define much granular endpoint device posture check. And so the tool actually checks across everything related to your end device and decide whether your connectivity will be admitted or not. So this is, again, going back to zero trust access control. And this is a way that the secure workspace itself enforces all the access points. And the organization has the flexibility to define what that policy looks like. Again, we talk about a session, you have complete control over the session. I see that Alex has granular, still has access. If for any reason you need to terminate, you have the ability to control this. And also Alex shown the granular policy where you can put time of the day, duration. If we pivot back to the third party, right? We talk about why third party access is, managing that, securing that is so important, because the challenge related to over-provisioned and overextended access. And that is a common problem in today's practice. So what we wanted to really help our education customers and partners in the education sector is to make this more streamlined so that you can control the duration, you can control the location. So we call it set and forget. So once you set all the policies in place, the access will expire when the timer is up. So you don't have to be worried that you'll overextend their session. And also you can put granular policy in entitlement, so there's no over provisioned and over privileged accounts still flowing around after the project is over. So so hopefully that has provided some useful information resources for the everyone here. We definitely encourage everyone and check out the product. We offer free trial registration. It provides your access to the full feature of the platform. Feel free to request a meeting. We're very happy to delve into the details for specific use cases. The scheduler shows the team's availability. You can pick any time slot that's open. And we also have the rest of the resources available to you.